90-Day Fiancé. Sumit's mom Sadhna helped Jenny do yoga and they had so much fun together, such a transformed relationship. 90-Day Fiancé star Jenny Slatten continues to share her struggles of adjusting to her husband, Sumit Singh's, family. She is trying hard to bond well with her in-laws and adjust to their home. However, the reality TV star's Mael, Sadhna, seems to have a long list for her. The latter decided to make Jenny perform yoga to help her focus on her health. She decided to teach yoga for a healthier lifestyle. The TLC star feels her daughter-in-law should be active and not lazy. Hence, fans wonder whether Sadhna is forcing Jenny to be the perfect woman who is active and healthy. They feel she might have forgotten her age and raised her expectations too much. Do you think Sadhna is right? Should Jenny live a healthy life? 90-Day Fiancé. Sadhna stands up for Jenny in front of her family. Jenny and Sumit's mom, Sadhna, got off on the wrong foot. But things seem to be slowly falling in place. The 90-Day Fiancé stars are gradually getting on the same page. The former proved her love for Sumit during their journey. She left America and settled her life in India with her partner. The TLC star also tried very hard to convince Sumit's family and get their approval. Finally, Jenny and Sumit are living at her in-laws' home. However, Sumit's extended family still has some issues with his wife. Fans were shocked when Sumit's aunt threw tantrums because of Jenny's age. But they couldn't believe Sadhna's sudden change of heart. They noticed how she stood up for her daughter-in-law and supported her. They were glad the reality TV star finally accepted Jenny as a family member. 90-Day Fiancé. Sadhna helps Jenny do yoga. Jenny Slatten is trying to adjust to the new joint family system. She loved the freedom she had in her previous home. The TLC star's worst fear was to live with her Mael, Sadhna. Sumit wants Jenny to live happily with his family. He wants her to bond well with his parents. Fans feel the Singh family has been expecting too much from a woman in her 70s. Recently, Sumit and Jenny rocked their workout clothes to perform yoga. Sadhna made the duo drink a herbal drink before the session. Jenny shared her hilarious reaction to the drink. She didn't like the special kind of salt Indians use in their food. The 90-Day Fiancé celeb explained it smells like sulfur. Sadhna pushed Jenny to finish the drink. The latter didn't want to do yoga. She stated, "I don't have any problem pooping all by myself." Sadhna guided both Jenny and Sumit to perform laughing yoga. She corrected Slatten after pointing out that she wasn't laughing freely. However, the latter felt stupid and silly for laughing without a reason. They began enjoying the session after a few minutes. As per Access Hollywood, Sadhna also guided Jenny to strike a pose for a different form of yoga. She also pointed out that she was bending her hands properly. Jenny explained she couldn't bend it enough. Hence, Sumit explained that it is the reason she needs to do yoga. Fans were happy to see Sadhna's happy and cheerful side. They think she was doing the right thing, and Jenny should live a healthy life. Several fans loved the new bond between the two. 90-Day Fiancé. Jenny and Sumit face another hurdle to open their cafe. What will they do? Jenny and Sumit's problems are not over yet. They are struggling to open their own cafe in India. However, the 90-Day Fiancé stars are facing back-to-back reality checks on HEA. Jenny and Sumit are making all the necessary arrangements for their new business. But they struggle to put everything together. The TLC stars are facing both personal and professional challenges in their lives in Season 9. Jenny is having a hard time adjusting to Sumit's family in their home. She had to sacrifice her freedom due to their money woes. Plus, the reality TV star has to help her husband with his new business idea. Sumit is trying hard to start their new venture. He seems to be having a tough time on the show. What really happened? How will he manage everything? 90-Day Fiancé. Jenny really wants Sumit's business to work. Jenny Slatten took early retirement in America to live a peaceful life in her 70s. She traveled to India to pursue her love. The 90-day fiancé celeb lived a smooth and happy life with Sumit for years in the new country. However, Sumit and Jenny's lives turned upside down because of their financial mess. The former lost his job and convinced his wife to move in with his parents. Still, Jenny has been trying her best to adjust to her in-laws. She checked out some locations with her husband for a new business. The TLC star stated, "Neither location is ideal or perfect. But, at least in the front will attract more business." Jenny also wants their cafe to be successful as she wants to move out of her in-laws' house as soon as possible. 90-day fiancé, Jenny and Sumit face new reality check for their cafe business. Jenny Slatten didn't want to spend more years of her life working. She was enjoying her retirement life with her husband, Sumit. However, the TLC star must help him with his new business amid their financial struggles. Sumit and Jenny cannot afford to hire staff at this stage. Hence, the former's family will help them run their business. Recently, they went to buy some stuff for their venture. Sumit met his friend at his warehouse to buy second-hand equipment necessary for their cafe. Jenny was more shocked to see the condition of the place. She also pointed out that all the items were too large for their cafe. She asked, "Can we not stand here? It's all really gross to me." Sumit's friend threw a subtle shade at his wife and claimed everything looks gross to US citizens. Singh tried to negotiate with his friend to buy at a reasonable price. After watching the condition of the stuff, he wondered why he wasn't giving him everything for free. However, the 90-day fiancé star's friend made it clear that he was selling it off. Sumit's friend was selling the stuff he bought for his previous businesses. He was ready to sell a griller, mixer, and other equipment at affordable rates. The TLC star's friend agreed to get the payment after 1 month. Sumit's friend also wanted to know who would cook things at the cafe. He wanted to know if Jenny can cook. The reality TV star's friend chuckled when he remembered eating Jenny's spaghetti. What is 90-day fiancé Biniyam doing for work? 90-day fiancé, the last resort spoilers reveal that now that Biniyam has announced divorcing Ariella Weinberg, he has started to share some career changes. Biniyam has been working as a dancer and entertainer in Las Vegas, Nevada, and even appeared during the Super Bowl halftime show. Let's take a closer look at what Biniyam is doing now. Biniyam's newest career updates. When Ariella decided that they needed a divorce, Biniyam decided that he would still stay in the United States. They have a son together and they must be both in his life. Ariella found out that Biniyam had been cheating on her, and this is what started all of their serious issues. Biniyam was seen during the Super Bowl halftime show and his fans were very excited for this milestone in his career. Recently, Biniyam shared that he had started a new job as a personal trainer. He told his fans about his passion for sports, martial arts, and work in the circus. Biniyam continues to push forward. There is no question that Biniyam is a hard worker, and he wanted to share with his fans that he won't stop until he can prove to be a good father and provider. He told his fans that he was thrilled to announce his new career. He told his followers that if they were looking for a personal trainer, they could contact him via DM. He told his fans that they could work with him to build strength, endurance, and confidence. He mentioned that he would like to help his fans with their fitness goals for this year. 90-day fiancé, the last resort spoilers reveal that now that Biniyam has announced divorcing Ariella Weinberg, he has started to share some career changes. Biniyam has been working as a dancer and entertainer in Las Vegas, Nevada, and even appeared during the Super Bowl halftime show. Let's take a closer look at what Biniyam is doing now. Biniyam's newest career updates. When Ariella decided that they needed a divorce, Biniyam decided that he would still stay in the United States. They have a son together and they must be both in his life. Ariella found out that Biniyam had been cheating on her, and this is what started all of their serious issues. Biniyam was seen during the Super Bowl halftime show and his fans were very excited for this milestone in his career. Recently, Biniyam shared that he had started a new job as a personal trainer. He told his fans about his passion for sports, martial arts, and work in the circus. Biniyam continues to push forward. There is no question that Biniyam is a hard worker, and he wanted to share with his fans that he won't stop until he can prove to be a good father and provider. He told his fans that he was thrilled to announce his new career. He told his followers that if they were looking for a personal trainer, they could contact him via DM. He told his fans that they could work with him to build strength, endurance, and confidence. He mentioned that he would like to help his fans with their fitness goals for this year. 90-day fiancé, Jenny and Sumit have finally left India. Where are they now? Jenny and Sumit's relationship has faced numerous obstacles, from Sumit catfishing her to his parents not accepting her due to the age difference. However, Jenny's efforts to win over his family have been praised by fans. Sumit and Jenny faced passport issues while trying to travel to Nepal, which led them to consider Thailand or Bali as alternative options. However, Sumit revealed that he had lost his passport, causing further complications. The couple has tried to appeal to the 90-day fiancé audience to help secure them a spot on one of the main shows again. 90-day fiancé, the other way couple Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh finally got a chance to leave India, but have they settled down in a new country already? Jenny, from Palm Springs, California, met Sumit from New Delhi, India, in 2012 on Facebook. Sumit was catfishing Jenny by using the moniker Michael Jones, and Jenny had started believing she was Michael's wife. A year later, Sumit came clean to Jenny, and she didn't seem to mind as she found Sumit attractive. Jenny and Sumit started dating, and she visited India and lived in Sumit's house for a few months. Jenny had become friends with Sumit's mom, Sadhna, but when she realized Jenny was in a physical relationship with her son, she married him off to another woman. Sumit continued a long-distance relationship with Jenny without telling her about his wife. By the time Jenny and Sumit got married in August 2021, she had been to India 3 times. Sumit's parents struggled to accept Jenny as their daughter-in-law since she was older than them. However, Sadhna had a change of heart in a recent 90-Day Diaries episode. Jenny's efforts to become accepted by Sumit's family were praised by fans. Sumit Singh's passport issues explained. The pair thought about leaving India. During the premiere of 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 3, Sumit and Jenny decided to travel to Nepal after Jenny's Indian tourist visa had expired. They'd called a travel agent who informed them that the Nepal border is closed, but that Thailand or Bali were options. However, Sumit then dropped the bombshell that he had lost his passport. According to Sumit, his ex-wife's parents had taken the passport with them. The agent explained that there was no other country that Indian citizens could travel to without a passport. The option of Sumit going to Thailand, Bali, or Nepal was out of the question. Jenny and Sumit visited Thailand together and met up with another 90-day fiancé couple. In January 2024, Sumit and Jenny shocked fans by posting photos with 90-day fiancé franchise couple David Toborowski and Annie Suwin. Sumit wrote, "Having some amazing meal with our friends at Toborowski_David at Annie_Suwin_Toborowski and my wife at Jan_Fromsan in Thailand." Jenny explained the reason behind their trip during the January 29, 2024, episode of 90-Day Diaries. Jenny had met David and Annie 2 years ago while driving through California. David told them they had a condo in Thailand, which he wanted Jenny and Sumit to see. "I'm really excited to go to Thailand, but I really hope we don't come back owning a condo," Jenny confessed. Sumit then revealed that he never traveled outside India. "But now it looks like my life is very peaceful and happy now. Now it's a time for me to just live happy and explore other countries too," Sumit added, referring to Jenny finally being accepted by his parents. David thought their one-bedroom condo in Pattaya would be the perfect fit for Jenny and Sumit. He tried to sell it to the couple, however, Jenny said India had become home to her, and she had worked hard at mending her relationship with Sumit's parents, which could be affected by moving. Will Sumit join Jenny in US? Next? It's not looking likely. A 90-Day Fiancé fan asked Jenny, "Why can Sumit go to Thailand but not California?" On Instagram. Sumit replied, "'Cause it's 4 hours flight, and added that Thailand had a visa on arrival for Indians. Americans make us wait for 2 to 3 years for a visa, Sumit explained. It appears Sumit may have already applied for his US visa after securing his passport from his former in-laws or getting a new one. They haven't moved to Thailand yet, however. Sumit and Jenny did recently attend Rishi Singh's wedding in Jaipur and have been posting content from India for their 90-day Fiancé, the Other Way fans. Will Jenny and Sumit have another 90-day Fiancé appearance? They are on Pillow Talk. The last time 90-day Fiancé viewers saw Jenny and Sumit's storyline was on 90-day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 7. It followed up their wedding and the fallout with Sumit's family. The pair were filmed on a vacation around India, and a Kama Sutra class they took part in was even featured. Since then, Jenny and Sumit have become staples of the Pillow Talk spin-off, which has been a spin-off that has gained popularity. Duos like Tim Malcolm and Veronica Rodriguez gained recognition on the spin-off, enough so that Veronica appeared on 90 Day, The Single Life. Jenny and Sumit have been active on Instagram trying to get fans to petition for them to be on one of the main shows again. The problem is that viewers saw Jenny and Sumit's storyline for so many consecutive years that they would have to have a new dynamic in their relationship or a new issue for their continuance to be entertaining. With so many new couples introduced to the franchise since Happily Ever After? Season 7, Jenny and Sumit are not the first choice to have their journey continued. In their latest appearance on 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Sumit mentioned wanting a child with Jenny, which was a total curveball. Viewers have always known that Sumit's family wanted him to have a child, but it's hard to say whether they mentioned that to try and continue on one of the main seasons. In any case, Jenny and Sumit are fan favorites who have proven on social media that they still want to be relevant in the franchise. Considering they're fan favorites, they will most likely stay in the franchise in some capacity. 90 Day Fiancé's Annie Suwon has surprising baby news after moving to Thailand with David Toborowski. Pregnant 90 Day Fiancé star Annie Suwon has some unexpected news to share about her first baby she's expecting with David Toborowski since revealing they left America. Annie is a 32-year-old Thai woman married to 55-year-old David from Kentucky. Annie and David faced hardships in the initial stages of their relationship, with David not having the money to pay Annie's dowry or even her K-1 visa application. Times have changed for the beloved couple now. David didn't think twice before gifting Annie a luxury car as a push present. However, when Annie and David announced they were leaving for Thailand in November 2024, it looked like they were giving up the beautiful life they'd built for themselves in America. Annie and David spent her birthday in South Korea before heading to Thailand. David was seen telling fans that they planned on giving birth to their baby in Annie's home country and that the baby would have both American and Thai citizenship. However, in Annie's latest IG upload, she hinted at them returning to the US holiday is over, saying goodbye to my family and my village for now, Annie wrote in her caption. Annie explained that they were going back to our place and were getting ready to welcome their baby girl in a couple of months. What Annie saying goodbye to her family and village means for baby's arrival. Will Annie not meet her brothers for a long time now? Annie joked that her brothers, Joe and Jordan, have asked her to make sure that their niece speaks Thai besides English. This request from Annie's brothers makes it look like they're not going to be present when Annie welcomes the baby. It also seems to suggest that Joe and Jordan might meet Annie's child only when she has grown up and started talking. Annie and David's move to Thailand seemed indefinite when they went there. Fans had expressed concern about Annie choosing to give birth in Thailand when her doctors were based in the US. However, it appears Annie may have simply left her village with David and is going to one of their homes in the city. Annie and David appear to own several properties in Thailand. They were even trying to convince Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh to buy one. Moreover, Annie and David recently shared a video of her mother dancing when she learned that Annie was going to give birth in Thailand. Annie and David will very much be in Thailand at least until they welcome their daughter. Our take on Annie hinting at flying back to America. Does Annie miss being in the US? While Annie's caption makes it look like she's headed to the US with David now, it could be because she's missing her new home. Annie became a US citizen in 2024, the same year she also became successfully pregnant for the first time in her life. Annie had been dealing with backache during her pregnancy and might be missing the comfort of her house in America, and her caption could be a gentle nudge for 90-Day Fiancé's David to decipher and take her back home to Scottsdale. 90-Day Fiancé's Sumit Singh reveals unrecognizable hair and beard transformation after he and Jenny begged to return to franchise. 90-Day Fiancé, the Other Way star Sumit Singh has unveiled yet another smashing makeover after trying to return to the show with Jenny Slatten. Sumit catfished Jenny when he met her in 2012. He had pretended to be a man named Michael Jones and fooled Jenny for a year until he decided to come clean. Jenny fell for Sumit anyway, and the pair have been together since, even though Sumit married a different woman before he could marry Jenny. The biggest reason Sumit and Jenny couldn't marry was their 30-year age difference. Lately, Sumit has been looking much older for his age, or perhaps it's Jenny who's gotten younger. However, Sumit does have a more mature look now. He has been growing his hair out. Sumit also has a fuller beard. He recently shared a selfie that looks like it could belong to a different person altogether and not the Sumit fans know from 90-Day Fiancé. Sumit also had a hat on to elevate his cool style. However, Sumit may have also looked different because he had a filter on which smoothened all of his skin, giving it a waxy look. Sumit didn't caption it and did not reveal where he was. What Sumit's makeover means for his relationship with Jenny.